All right, team, we are now recording the June 2025 exercise of the month for Pilates. Jeff is going to be doing the demonstrating. I'm going to be doing the cueing. I've selected 5 foam rolling exercises, so you guys can have your clients do these in your training sessions. You don't necessarily have to be booked for a reformer Pilates session to take advantage of these. So the first one is going to be a supine core activation. This is kind of like a pre-Pilates exercise. The purpose here is going to be core stability and postural alignment. So the setup, you can see Jeff is lying on the foam roller. The foam roller is black and it blends in with the mat, but he's lying on it lengthwise, tailbone, all the way up to the crown of his head is resting on the foam roller. On this one, he is going to inhale to find neutral spine. And on his exhale, he's going to march one leg up to tabletop without shifting that foam roller. So the cueing on this is important that you try to kind of maintain pelvic and rib stability on that narrow surface. So he's inhaling to prepare, and on the exhale, he's marching the other leg up to tabletop. And again, you're cueing, trying to maintain neutral spine and not allowing that shifting movement. All right. And of course, you would do this for time. You could do this for 30 seconds. You could do this for reps, kind of up to the client's level. The next one is going to be foam roller arm arcs. So same position. The purpose on this is going to be shoulder mobility and kind of rib cage control. The movement here is on the inhale, Jeff is going to reach his arms overhead. On the exhale, he's going to bring arms back to the sides without lifting the ribs. So that's the cue on this. You really want to keep the ribs knitted and avoid arching the spine. So this is a really good gentle movement for seniors to kind of activate their core and focus on breathing. So again, inhale, arms extend above the shoulders, and on the exhale, he's bringing his arms back to the sides without lifting the ribs. All right, the third exercise is a bridge. So Jeff is going to lie flat on his back. On the mat, he's going to place that foam roller underneath his feet, about hip distance apart here. Arches are centered, kind of similar to bird on a perch if you're on the reformer. And on this one, the purpose is going to be glute and hamstring activation and, of course, spinal articulation. So the setup on this is making sure, again, that you're cueing neutral spine. On the exhale, he's going to tuck his pelvis and roll the spine up to a bridge, kind of one vertebrae at a time. On there, he's going to inhale to pause, and on the exhale, rolling down one vertebrae at a time. And I like to use the analogy like you're laying down a string of pearls, kind of one pearl at a time. Exhale, tuck pelvis, rolling that spine up to the bridge. Inhale at the top to pause, and then exhale, roll down. A progression on this one is tiny little hamstring curls. So at the top, he's going to hold that bridge, and now tiny movements in and out, very small, very good. And these are really good for the hamstrings, a nice challenge. Another little progression would be a single leg bridge. So on this one, you want to maintain pelvic alignment, and I would have him start on the mat. So go ahead and start all the way down flat, extend one leg out, and go ahead and lift that up at a 45 degree, yes, and then bring it down nice and slow, keeping the leg lifted. And then switch sides, extend that other leg up, exhale, lift, good, and then inhale, come back down. Awesome. Okay, we have 2 more. The next one is going to be foam roller plank, and you can do this on your hands or the forearms. Jeff can choose. This is core stabilization and shoulder integration. So you can do this again on your knees or your toes. So he's choosing to do it on his hands and on his toes. And you're just going to hold this for about 10 to 30 seconds. If you want to progress this, I would add small forward and back rocking without losing neutral. So just through the hands. Yes, very good. Those are challenging. It looks easier than it actually is. And I would cue on this to keep the scapula in control. Try not to let those scapula drop. And, of course, good pelvic alignment. Yeah, exactly. So trying to maintain really still throughout the body and just moving those arms back and forth. And then the final one is a nice stretch. It's called foam roller spine stretch forward. So, again, purpose on this is going to be hamstring stretch. The setup is sitting tall with the legs straight out, the roller under the palms. The movement on this is the inhale as you lengthen through the spine, and exhale, flexing that spine forward, kind of rolling that roller away. And on the inhale, he's going to stack the spine back up, nice and slow. Perfect. Again, inhale, prepare, sitting tall. Exhale, flexing that spine forward and rolling the roller away. And you want to make sure you're coaching on this to reach through the spine, not just through the shoulders. All right, that is all we have for the June Pilates exercise of the month.